Welcome to 209 News, and today we'll be covering topics from Mike Tyson to Ebola. I hope your phones are off because you don't need them.
The NBA world has rocked the news of Michael Jordan hanging up his jersey to pursue his career in baseball. After a 17-month adventure in baseball, it didn't really meet his expectations. Deciding to go back to his roots, he returned to the NBA, which blew up the basketball world. By donning number 45 jersey with the hopes to carry on his championship legacy, Michael Jordan is wearing the number 45 because his father wore the same number. Michael Jordan's baseball abilities were not nearly on the level of his basketball talents. The fans are expecting Jordan to be even better than ever before. Michael Jordan will be suiting up for the game against Indiana Pacers, hoping to top his old stat line, which included 30-plus points per game. With this stat line, he propelled the Chicago Bulls to win 3 championship titles. Before he retired, tension in the Chicago Bulls organization, thinking about trading away superstar Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan is hoping to step in and glue the team back together so they can go on another extraordinary championship run. Orlando Magic is looking like a huge threat to the Chicago Bulls, with Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal being the biggest challenge for Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Fans are ecstatic to see the outcome of the 1995 season.
A big infamous case was brought to trial this year. This case began when former NFL star O.J. Simpson was accused of killing his dear wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman. They were both found stabbed to death outside Nicole's condominium. Simpson was a person of interest in their murders, but Simpson did not turn himself in, and on June 17th, he was in a high-speed car pursuit and was later stopped and arrested. Millions of Americans watched the pursuit and arrest of Simpson. Opening statements were made this year on January 24th, and the verdict was announced on October 3rd. The final verdict was that Simpson was acquitted on both accounts of murder. This tragic event brought about many different views of the trial, including the view of it being racial. America has changed after this verdict for sure.
In national news, a tragedy has struck our country with the terrorist attack on Oklahoma City. The devastation and destruction was caused by a truck loaded with explosives parked outside a federal building in downtown Oklahoma City. The terrible events were caused by Timothy McVeigh, an anti-government militant, detonated the deadly chain of events which took over 168 innocent lives, included 19 young children, and 650 other people were injured, and caused around 300 plus buildings to be destroyed. The horrific detonation also led to over $600 million in repairs, making this one of the biggest terrorist attacks to ever be done. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their loved ones.
In recent news, one of boxing's biggest stars, Mike Tyson, makes a reappearance to the ring. He was also known as Mike Iron Tyson, and he held a record of 41-1. He held 3 heavyweight titles and defended them simultaneously. After being away for 4 years due to rape convictions and having to serve 3 years in prison, he faced Peter McNeely this year in August. Mike Tyson's return to the ring was nothing less than astonishing. The fight lasted only 89 seconds, with Tyson earning an easy victory by disqualification. McNeely started the fight by aggressively attacking Tyson as soon as the opening bell rang. Tyson was able to avoid McNeely's wild punches and land a right hook that drops McNeely to the canvas in less than 10 seconds. After the referee gave McNeely a standing 8 count, McNeely continued his aggressive attack on Tyson. The two men would exchange punches in the corner as the first minute of the round passed. Less than 20 seconds later, Tyson would land a right uppercut that again sent McNeely down to the canvas. But McNeely clearly hurt from the exchange. His manager, Vinny Viciani, entered the ring to prevent McNeely from taking any more damage, causing Lane to end the fight and award Tyson with an easy victory by disqualification. Tyson had an amazing welcome back to the ring.
With Mac, it's not just how you compute, it's how you connect. It's how you browse the web. It's how you don't.
an outbreak of the deadly Ebola virus recently. Ebola, which is also known as Ebola hemorrhagic fever, is a deadly virus that can cause bleeding, organ failure, and can eventually lead to death. This disease can be spread by bodily fluids such as kissing, touching a contaminated surface, getting stung or bitten by infected animals, or by using unclean needles. The last outbreak of Ebola was in 1976 in a Central African country called Zaire. Unfortunately, the deadly outbreak has resurfaced back in Zaire. On May 6, 1995, the Center of Disease Control was notified of this outbreak in Kikwit, which is a town in Zaire. Kikwit, as of early 1995, has a population of 400,000. Fortunately, there was a cure developed in 1976, and with new technology, this cure keeps on getting stronger and stronger. Hopefully, the vaccine will lower the mortality rate in Zaire. Shoes are essential in a person's life. They are not also worn to protect your feet, but they are also worn to add the final touch to the style you are trying to create, or to get a boost in a competitive sport. Every year, shoes keep improving and improving. Nike, which was founded on January 25, 1964, by Phil Knight in Beaverton, Oregon, is a popular athletic clothing brand which did not gain its fame until 1980. Aspiring brands like Nike have been consistent when it comes to releasing popular new shoes. One of these shoes are the Nike Air Zoom Flight 95s. The sleek, futuristic design, along with its unique carbon-esque material, greatly appealed to the youth. Another example of a recent Nike release is the Nike Air Max 95s. This shoe was designed by Sergio Lozano. Sergio put in a lot of detail into the Air Max 95s. For example, it is said that the upper from midsole to spine was inspired by the human skin and spine. The Air Max 95s and Zoom Flight 95s come in a...
It is sad to announce that this morning, Tuesday, January 17, 1995, an earthquake hit in the southern part of Ahawagi Prefecture, Western Center, Hanashi. It lasted about 20 seconds and registered as a magnitude of 6.9 or 7.3 on the Richter scale. Its epicenter was the northern part of Awahi Island in the inland city, 12.5 miles off the coast of the port city of Kobe. The quake's focus was about 10 miles below the Earth's surface. The Hanshin region is Japan's second largest urban area with more than 11 million inhabitants. With the earthquake's epicenter located as close as it was to such a densely populated area, the effects were overwhelming. The estimated death toll of 6,400 made it the worst earthquake to hit Japan since the Tokyo-Yokohama earthquake of 1923. Which had killed more than 140,000 people. The Kobe quake's devastation included 40,000 injured, more than 300,000 homeless residents, and in excess of 240,000 damaged homes, with millions of homes in the region losing electric or water services. The Kobe was considered the hardest hit city with 4,571 fatalities, more than 14,000 injured, and more than 120,000 damaged structures, more than half of which were fully collapsed. Portions of the Hanshin Expressway linking Kobe and Osaka also collapsed or were heavily damaged during the earthquake.
From July 11th to the 17th, temperatures soared as high as to 104 degrees and barely scratched 69 for the lows in the Chicagoland area. Now, a reason why for this is because of the heat island effect. And what that is that the city's temperatures is actually much higher than those of the rural areas that surround it. This is due to human activities such as building roads, because the asphalt inside of roads will absorb heat and maintain it for much longer. Disaster could have been prevented if it had not been for human negligence. Only on the third day did the city hall call a heat disaster, but within those 3 days of not calling a heat disaster, the damage had been set. Morgues had been filled to the brim with corpses, and ambulances were struggling to find open beds within hospitals. Many died, including those who were susceptible to heat ailments such as the elderly and those who lived alone and couldn't get help. In the end, there were 739 victims. That'll be all for today, and remember, no phones are necessary until 2:09.